12 o'clock. Here is the midday news. First, the top stories. Army to deploy troops to Ogun for Operation Crocodile Smile. Governor Amosu calls for more clarity on restructuring agitation. Buhari in Maiduguri asks troops to remain loyal in face of agitations. Two children burnt to death in Lagos fire outbreak. In foreign, Catalans say they have won right to leave Spain after referendum, and two killed, 24 injured in mass shooting at Las Vegas concert. Good afternoon. I am Chienye Egwuonwu, bringing you the news and details shortly. Army says it's about to deploy troops for its proposed special operation, codenamed Operation Crocodile Smile, across Ogun State. The special operation, similar to the Operation Python Dance in Abia State, aims at flushing miscreants and criminal elements out of the state and its environment. The brigade commander of the 35th Artillery Brigade, Alamala Abeokuta, Brigadier General Basil Adoke, announces the impending special operation at a reception organized in Abeokuta by the state government to mark the 57th independence anniversary of Nigeria. Adoke says the military operation, which will take off within the next few days, will specifically target miscreants already identified across the state. He asks members of the public not to panic when troops are deployed across the state during the exercise. Governor Ibikunle also thanked the security agencies of the state while pledging the continued support of his administration to them. The Nobel House College, Okemoso Abeokuta, celebrated its 2017 Family Fun Day with a rich display of cultural dance, drama performance, and works of art. Pupils of the college treated audience, which included the school's founder, Chief Olatunde Abudu, and parents, to a stage drama performance of the literary works of the playwright Olarotimi, titled The Gods Are Not to Blame. There were also special rendition of Nigeria's national anthem, which was performed by the pupils, who dressed in the country's colors of green and white, as well as song presentation and rendition of a poem titled Nigeria, which was composed by a 10-year-old, a junior secondary school class 2 pupil, Rebecca Shueton. The Nobel House College principal, Samson Akor, speaking on the line of the arts show, describes the stage performance of the Olarotimi's literary works by the pupils as a celebration of Nigeria's rich, diverse culture and its unity. He explains that the yearly Family Fun Day was conceived to engage the pupils of the college and help them discover their raw talents in the world of arts and take them away from the anti-social vices in the society by harnessing their potentials. Also, the college's Parents Teachers Association PTA chairman Solomon Abiakalam says the event was a life-changing experience for most families who attended the show, calling on other schools to emulate the college's idea of using arts to entertain, educate, and reform the society for better. Governor Ibikunle Amosun of Ogun State has called for more clarity on the growing agitation for restructuring from all sections of the country. Amosun, making the call at the parade to mark the Nigeria's 57th independence anniversary at the MKO International Stadium, Kuto, Abeokuta, says that the term restructure means different things to all the regions of the country. The governor also notes that those agitating for restructuring failed to reach a consensus on what should be restructured and how it should be done.
Has gained currency in recent times. The restructuring in itself means different things to different people.
Identifying insurgency, poverty, mono-economy, tribalism, militancy, and corruption as the major threat to the survival of Nigeria, the governor says the challenges could be overcome if Nigerians are united. The anniversary parade features a march past by workers, students, military and paramilitary agencies personnel. Federal Road Safety Corps (FRSC) has urged Nigerians to be responsible on the highways as Nigeria marks its 57th independence anniversary. The Corps Marshal Boboye Oyeyemi, in a statement, notes that festive periods such as the independence anniversary often witnesses heavy vehicular and human traffic. He asks motorists to adopt defensive driving around places of worship, stadium, event centers, clubs, parks, and other relaxation centers. The FRSC commercial also advises motorists to drive safely and avoid road rage, drunk driving, phoning on the wheels, overloading, speeding, and dangerous driving. President Muhammadu Buhari has asked troops fighting Boko Haram forces in the northeast region to remain loyal to Nigeria in the face of growing agitations in the country. Buhari, addressing the troops in Maiduguri as part of his visit to the frontline troops to mark Nigeria's 57th independence anniversary, describes the agitators as noisemakers. He told the troops that their loyalty to Nigeria is crucial in order to sustain its unity and peace, adding that the security of Nigeria is in the hand of God and the security forces. Buhari warns the troops that if they do not stand firm and allow Nigeria to break into pieces, they will suffer a major split in the ranks. The president promises to provide adequate resources to support the military. In return, Buhari says that this administration expects the military and their personnel from private to generals and service chiefs to remain loyal for the survival of the federal government. An assistant police commissioner, Emmanuel Adeniyi, abducted by gunmen along with his driver last Wednesday in Kaduna, has been freed. The senior police officer who heads the Criminal and Investigations Department of the Zamfara State Police Command was kidnapped by gunmen along Funtua Guzau Highway in Kaduna State. Spokesman of Kaduna State Police Command, Mukhtar Aliyu, says the police chief regained freedom on Sunday night. Aliyu explains that the gunmen freed the senior police officer under pressure from aerial surveillance by police helicopter, and anti-kidnap unit operatives. Two children of the same parents have been burned to death in a fire outbreak in Ifakwajai area of Lagos metropolis. The incident occurred on Saturday night at Bola Oyewo Street in the area. Director of Lagos State Fire Service Razak Fadipe says the fire broke out in a bungalow building, burning two kids at number 2 Bola Oyewo Street to death. The mother of the children was said to have lit a candle at night and went out to make her hair, leaving the two children aged 2 and 4 inside the house sleeping. The candle later fell and caught fire, consuming the sleeping children. The father of the children, in an attempt to rescue them while the infant was on, sustained serious injuries. You are still listening to the Midday News on Rock City 101.9 FM. Up next, we bring you foreign, business, and sports news. Please do stay with us. Now in foreign, Catalan leader Carles Puigdemont says the Spanish region has won the right to statehood following a contentious referendum that was marred by violence. He said the door had been opened to a unilateral declaration of independence. Catalan officials later said that 90% of those who voted backed independence in Sunday's vote. The turnout was 42.3%. Spain's constitutional court had banned the vote, and hundreds of people were injured as police used force to try to block voting. Officers seized ballot papers and boxes at polling stations. Spanish Prime Minister Mariano Rajoy said Catalans had been fooled into taking part in an illegal vote. More than 2.2 million people were reported to have voted, according to Catalan authorities, out of 5.3 million registered voters. Soldiers in Cameroon have shot dead at least 8 people during independence protests in the English-speaking parts of the country. Rallies were held on the 56th anniversary of the incorporation of the regions into Cameroon. The mayor of the town of Kumbo said that 5 of the dead were prisoners who were shot after a jail caught fire. Cameroon is split between English and French-speaking regions after colonization by Britain and France following the World War I. The country was unified in 1961, but English speakers accused the Francophone majority of discrimination. At least 2 people have been killed and 24 others wounded in a mass shooting at a Las Vegas concert. A gunman opened fire at an open-air country music festival at the Mandalay Bay Hotel on the city strip. Hundreds of people fled the scene, and the sound of what appeared to be prolonged automatic gunfire could be heard on videos which were posted on social media. There had been reports of other incidents at different locations along the Las Vegas Strip. A hospital spokeswoman said 14 of the wounded were in critical condition. Next is the business news. In business, Nigerian Stock Exchange has announced Mr. Abimbola Ogunbanjo as the new president of National Council of the Exchange. The exchange in a statement says the election of Ogunbanjo took place at its council meeting immediately after its 56th annual general meeting in Lagos. Ogunbanjo will replace Mr. Igboje AIG Imokwede, who bowed out after completion of his 3-year tenure as the president. The exchange explains that AIG Imokwede will continue to serve on the National Council as an ex-officio member pursuant to its Article of Association. It added that Ogunbanjo, who joined the council in 2011, had been the first vice president since 2014. Mr. Abubakar Balarabe Mahmood, who is the current president of the Nigerian Bar Association (NBA), was also elected as the first vice president. It added that Mrs. Catherine Echozo, the former deputy managing director of GT Bank, was elected as second vice president. Finally, in the news, sports news. Nigeria's national women's under-20 team, Falconets, have whitewashed their Tanzanian counterparts by 6-0 to zoom to the next round of the 2018 FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup qualifiers. The second leg tie was played in Dar es Salaam. Rashidat Ajibade opened the scoring in the 20th minute before making it a brace for herself 6 minutes later. Midfielder Folashade Ijamilusi and the big striker Anam Imo registered their names on the score sheet as the first half ended by 4-0 in favor of Nigeria. Jamilusi and substitute Cynthia Ako, they fetched the 2 other goals to complete the 6-0 morning of the Tanzanians. Nigeria had won the first leg in Benin City with 3-0, and completing the task by 6-0 means the Falconets will also face Morocco in the next round of the qualifiers. That was the midday news, and just before we go, the major stories once again. Army to deploy troops to Ogun for Operation Crocodile Smile. Governor Amosu called for more clarity on restructuring agitation. Buhari in Maiduguri asked troops to remain loyal in face of agitations. And 2 children burnt to death in Lagos fire outbreak. While in foreign, we also told you that Catalans said they had won the right to leave Spain after referendum. And 2 killed, 24 injured in mass shooting at Las Vegas concert. For more stories and to listen to us live, please log on to our website www.rockcityfmradio.com/live. Thank you very much for listening. I am Chienye Egwuonwu. Do have a lovely holiday. Good afternoon.